Stop! It appears you're out of your jurisdiction. You're still under arrest. You want to know how I got these scars? You want to know how I got these? You wouldn't believe me anyway. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh overview. Today we're going to take a look at the Lim Toys LiMiNi S version Bio Evil 2 RPD Officer. Totally not Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2. No, it's not. And you know how I am when it comes to video games. I think I played Resident Evil 1 way back sometime. It's my youngest that is a gamer, and I say youngest, he's in high school, but he really enjoyed the Lim Toys Ahab, which we'll look at when we get to comparisons and stuff. When 5K Toys sent this out, I thought, ooh, look at that. It's another gaming figure. And that Ahab was so awesome, it made me more excited about checking this out. Looking at the box, there's Leon. On the side, just those words in different order, same kinda. On the back, some links to Lim Toys, the cast and crew, the notice. On the other side, words on the top, words on the bottom. Oh, words. No kind of flap or anything, but this is third party, so they didn't want to get too fancy with it, I guess. It sounds like there's a lot of stuff in here. I thought the S version was the stripped down version, but apparently it's the one that comes with all kinds of stuff. Let's get this open and see just how much stuff, because this was solicited over a year ago, and in that time, you know how memory goes, I have forgotten what all this, oh my, look at all this stuff. Just the bottom tray is full of nifty goodies, and the top tray is no slouch either. Like I said, I haven't played Resident Evil 2, and I'm not heavy into Resident Evil in general. I know what some of these things are. I don't know how they relate when it comes to this game. So when I stumble through naming some items or calling them by their, the chemicals, or you have to collect this, give me a break. Come on. I may not be a Resident Evil fan, but I'm a toy fan. And just looking at it like this, it's crazy how nice this looks with soft goods. You know, there's usually a thickness to it, or the material seems out of scale, or the folds or something. This completely works at 1/12. How everything lays, the straps coming around, the parts that seem to be leather, but they're actually plastic. This loop hanging down with the metal paint job on it. These buckles on the straps are actual buckles. I was messing around with the leg a minute ago and one popped apart, and my old shaky hands took a little bit to get it back together, but only because of how small it is. I'm not used to working with actual items at this scale, you know. Usually it's just a molded on buckle and some plastic strap. Nope, not here. It's all functional. It's all separate pieces on top of, you know, actual clothing, as if wardrobe was Pym particled down and put on an action figure. There's even a uniform short sleeve shirt over a long sleeve undershirt, and it just feels and looks natural. The elbow pads have kind of moved around as I've posed and stuff, but you can get it to go back down and around and on his actual elbow. This vest is a bit bulky, but it doesn't get in the way as much as you think it would. The only plastic parts showing through that makes you think action figure are the hands and the head. And at this point, with all the work put in with the rest of the figure, I'm surprised it's not actual gloves over rubber hands or something. Oh well, here on the back, this is some plastic items, and this is an actual metal. But you know what I mean with the realism factor. And I'm also surprised that these aren't actual metal handcuffs in here, but they did a good job painting it and kind of faking you out, making you think it's handcuffs in a pouch. With Ahab, we got boots that were cut right here for articulation. With RPD Officer, it's one piece. And your first thought is, oh, that's going to get in the way, but it's a soft, rubbery material that actually gets out of the way. Well, the shortness of the boot also helps, but at the same time, it flexes with the articulation. And it doesn't flex back into neutral position. It stays where you put it. And that's on top of it being a beautiful sculpt. You can see the laces and the stitching and everything. Same thing for the knee pads. There's rivets right there. There's a little bit of wear and tear. Buttons on the pouches on the belt. I always love that kind of detail. Got the patch on the shoulder. Also on the back of the vest, you have the RPD, the shield. And for a third-party company, this is damn fantastic. The realistic feel of the eyes, they have a glossiness that reflects light naturally. The color of the lips, the skin tone. I do get a slight SH Figure Arts feel to the hair because there's a gold tint to it, but it's a subtle tint. It doesn't make you go, there's gold there. It actually feels like light bouncing off of it. There's also that undershirt poking out there. And again, in a lot of instances, you would think That layered on top of this, layered on top of this, it would give him a super bulky look. He keeps that thin, natural feel. I will say that the overall body proportions seem a little off. The crotch looks low, the legs seem short, the torso is long. At first I thought, well, I'll just pull the pants up a little bit, but I can't get them to go up. With all that around right there, it gets in the way of leg movement. You can't really get a lot of forward, back, and out because of the pull of the pants. Which is a shame because, like I said, the torso is uninhibited. The elbows have excellent range for having so much crap around them, and it's the same for the knees. It's just, again, I keep saying natural because that's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. And have fun with it without worrying about tearing something up. There's also there's a durability factor. I've been messing around with it. Haven't really messed anything up. That's a good thing. As long as that doesn't come unbuckled again, I'm good. Speaking of articulation, most of the head movement is on a ball down at the neck, but there is an in-between joint that gives you a little bit more, like shift forward and back. Some up, some down. That's what I was looking for. Swivel. Seems like a butterfly joint, forward and back. Swivel around gets to about right there. Okay, maybe the uniform does get in the way a bit. Hinges out. Feels like there's a bicep swivel. Elbow is impressive though. Some swivel, some major hinge. What is... Uh-oh, I'm splitting the joint. The hinge is diagonal for some reason. I'm not sure what is in the torso area, but you can crunch this far. Back, some tilt, some tilt. Another thing that bugs me, mostly because of how realistic it is, the more you move the torso, the more the shirt comes untucked and splits right here. And we've all had that problem before. Gotta kind of tuck it back down into the pants. I wish it buttoned or was secured down there. I've had these needle nose out a couple times for this. There's something at the hip that allows for here and out and some rotation. There is the knee. And then down at the foot you have some hinge forward, some hinge back, some tilt, some tilt. For accessories, like I showed, the head comes off at the top with this big old peg joint, and there's an alternate angrier bloody head. And again, with the realism, look at the yellowness to the teeth, the enamel, the shine because it's wet. Oh, I don't even mind that he's side-eyed a bit. That just looks fantastic. Now this looks a bit boring. For hand options, there are 2 fists, 2 relaxed hands, 2 trigger finger hands. Then there's a left grip hand for smaller items and a left weapon weight holding hand. Like I said, because of the cut being diagonal here, if you pull wonky, like away from it, you're gonna pop this joint apart. So when you do pull the hands off, pull out and in. Out and in? How about down and in? Of course, weapon hands, gotta have weapons. Here is what I think is his signature pistol, right? Along with this, and they even painted the bullet that is showing up at the top. I love it. You put this in here. The hands are beautifully soft, I'll say, which is a weird way to put that, but you know, you can flex it open, put the gun right in, and then it closes right back around it. It is beautiful. If you don't want it in the hand, there is the holster that here, and it's even got this strap piece that can come up and over it. There's also that same pistol with a stock attachment, and one specifically for this that is an extended version. Because of the softness here, not a problem to get twisted around, trigger finger, boom. There's a box of ammo. Look at that detail work. That is crazy. The back is the same. The flashlight, I know I've said this a couple times, but it's like a real world item shrunk down to 1/12 scale. How do I know this is a flashbang? Because it's printed on this itty bitty accessory. Here's a more traditional looking grenade. Paint apps. It's blowing my mind. Get to some accessories that I'm less familiar with. Here's some kind of tube. Another tube of some kind with purple and teal. I'm sure this is relevant in Resident Evil. Is this some kind of band with a plate? Is this a Fitbit? Another pistol with a crazy amount of detail on it. The paint apps look fantastic. Of course, you need ammo for a pistol, so that goes there. Another pistol, smaller, still awesome. Still amazing looking at this scale. And again, oh no, I dropped it. Little paint app right there at the end. I can't get over that. That's my favorite thing. There's this knife, or, well, I guess bayonet, maybe? Some kind of trophy or toy or something. Then there are these small little keys. 4 keys, and I'm just now realizing it's hearts, diamonds, clubs, spades. Then we get into tray number 2. Yeah, we're just starting this one. There's this plant, and at first you would think, oh, it's a hard plastic, but these are actually a bit posable, just like a fake plant, you know? I feel like these can be bent really easy, but they're also very realistic. This is a rocket launcher. That's a separate piece. Oh, what? I'd be careful with this. And oh, is that... It looks like a lens. Again, metal hoops holding on the actual cloth strap. There's a grip down here on the bottom. I love the paint job. And then on the end, there's 3 rockets there, one missing because there's also this launching rocket effect. Very tight. I don't want to push that. Oh, well. Did I find? Oh, sweet spot. You got to keep turning until it actually goes all the way in. I don't want to snap that there, and I don't want to snap this off, but it looks good. There's also this flamethrower, and look at all the seemingly different parts. This knob right here, it looks like you could actually turn it. This I'm kind of concerned about. Very, very thin. Actual plastic hose running from here to here, and then over here to here. Purple at the end, you know, where the flame actually comes out. And for that, you knew at this point they were going to give a flame effect to go on the end of it. There's a slot. Oh, I worry about that too. That goes there. I just noticed this print. Holy shit. There's a walkie-talkie with a, it's not really posable, but it's actually looped. It's crazy. And that goes up to the handheld. Put it in the belt, come up and over the shoulder, and there's a clip that goes right here on this loop. What can I say? It works. And then finally, there is a scaled down Hot Toys type stand. This plugs here. Nice graphic of the badge on the bottom. And it actually says Leon S. Kennedy. Wait a second. This is just generic RPD Officer. An excellent presentation. Not that he needs help standing up because of how the boots work. Look at that. And how could I forget about this? I went to close up the case again and I forgot the typewriter. It's almost creepy how detailed this is. And there's actually words up on the paper. It's too tiny to read. Oh, well, actually, Claire, if you've made it this far, you're almost out of the city. And that's my old ass eyes. Just a fantastic little accessory. Size-wise, Mr. Random Police Department stands at about 6 5/16 inches tall, which does put him about the same size as the Lim Toys Ahab. Then here's the third-party 1/12 era Wolfman, the Felix Toys Clown, and the Bullet Head Criminal. Totally not Jokers. Don't look at them like that. Surprisingly, looks right at home with some Mezco 1/12 Collective Black Bolt and Joker. I mean, look at that. That's about as a direct comparison as I can get, and the sizes look great. But to give you an idea of size next to more mass market figures, here's the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series version 1 Stormtrooper and the Hasbro Marvel Legends Black Panther. So at the end of the day, I've said it several times, it feels so natural. I still think the pants hang low, but besides that one thing, I can't think of a better use of soft goods on a 1/12 scale figure. Okay, not so much the use, but the utilization, the craftsmanship. Lim Toys has some kind of magical shrinking machine. That's the only logical explanation I can come up with. Now, besides being a fan of toys, I also like seeing a toy company evolve, and seeing some of the updates from the Ahab, I'm liking the direction that they're going. They're becoming better and better. Don't get me wrong, I didn't have many gripes with Ahab, but besides the sag in the pants, this is fantastic. And they're currently soliciting a 1/6 scale, not Red Dead Redemption 2 Arthur that I would love to have in 6-inch scale, especially if it's going to be as good as this. So if you enjoyed the overview, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. Well, okay, I don't know if it's the pants' fault that the legs can't come up as far as I feel like they should, but I think it is. There's something going on with the crotchal region, whether it's on top of it or within. Everything else, I can't help feeling like it outweighs that. Just the presence here